Hey, how's it going? Today we're gonna go over how to draw Godzilla versus King Kong, and this is gonna be a very specific shot from the movie, and that is when Kong is punching Godzilla right across the face. Pretty much it. We're gonna go through it step by step by step, so let's hop right into the lesson right now. Alright, let's go over this. Kong punching Godzilla. Let's do it. So I'm going to start with his face around here, arm pulled back, and then Godzilla's face around here. So let's start over here at King Kong's face. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pull a line up for kind of his brow. Pulling back here. On the back of the hair here. Line right here for his eye. Curve right there for underneath his eye. Cheek. Down here for kind of the nose, which he doesn't really have a bridge of the nose. It's just kind of like a hole there. All right. Go pull out here for the upper lip because he's angry. Down over here, kind of the mouth open. Angled back. Down. If you saw Godzilla vs. King Kong, let me know what you thought. I really liked it. I'm a huge fan of that. If you have a favorite Godzilla or Kong movie, let me know in the comment section because I want to know badly. I really do. Line over here. Line over here for those fangs he has. Downward here on this side. Up here. I mean, he doesn't really have fangs. He has these huge canines, though, on the side of his mouth here. Line over here. For the tongue in his mouth. Yes, yes, yes. Tongue in his mouth. His mouth. Pulling down here. Curve around the side there for the rest of his nose area. Let's find his ear. His ears could be about yay over here. It's gonna be pretty small. It's just like curved lines in there. It's gonna be relatively small, honestly. So that the eye in there. All right. Curve underneath on this side. Yeah. And we're gonna kind of keep it moving down here. So he's got that pretty much a chin where, like, I think normal gorillas really don't have that chin, but he has like a chin going on. Back of the jaw over here. Like, I mean, they do have a chin, but he's got like a big chin, like a big old monster chin. Well, he's Kong right here. Putting some dark right here in this area. Out over here, got the hair kind of going out. And we're gonna go into the shoulder, which can also be fuzzy, furry. Out over here. And into the forearm, which is probably gonna go right off the paper. We'll see, it might stay in there. Gonna go out to this area, find the bottom of that area. So we have the bicep over here. Over here in this area. So we have his rib cage. Again, as I go down, I'm wiggling that line, right? Because he's fuzzy. He's a furry character. Curve in, kind of that chest area. Rib cage. So we're coming in. Down. And right here, you have his lower waist a bit. So he's gonna have his, it's kind of turned a little bit because he's kind of turning. And he's got his leg kind of coming forward. So right here, I'm gonna draw some of that. Over here. We gotta draw continue his big old forearm over here. And finally, his wrist goes down over here. He's got these big old mitts, right? Right on. And then we'll go more into kind of the knuckle area in a bit. But we will totally do that. Okay, so we got his general layout, right, of his body. So let's go into his arm. Okay, we're gonna draw, we're just gonna finish him. So his arm is pulling forward. Right there. Maybe at this point, that's the top part of his arm. Let's go over here. Same thing over here. Again, drawing some furriness as I go down there. Then it's gonna go into that forearm area for, you know, like the fist he's throwing, right? And go over here. It's gonna go into the hand over yaw, and he's gonna have that fist made. Okay, think about your own fist, right? If you need reference for the hand, think about your own knuckles of the hand right there. Right there. Should be bigger, honestly, but I'm fine with it. And right here, we're gonna go right there to that part. So we have his general layout pretty good. Let's do the general layout of Godzilla, and then we'll go into the details into this guy, into each of them. Go there a little bit. All right, let's go into Godzilla. Godzilla is over here, and he is like hit. So his head's like this way over here. I'm gonna put him not at the end of this, but I'm gonna put it over here. That's the front of his snout, top of his snout line. Out over here, over there. I'm gonna draw his eye, kind of like a Pac-Man symbol, but obviously he's getting hit, you know? Hit pretty badly, you know? It's weird because in the movie he won, you know? It's funny, in the trailers to this movie, they were trying to make it look like Godzilla was gonna lose because he was getting beat up that whole trailer. I was like, dang. But he won in the movie, so I feel good about that. Curve line down. And you want his body kind of over here. That's the upper part of his arm. Out over here. Down. Because he's just caught off guard. You have his other arm over here. Let's just say his shoulders over here on this side. Inner shoulder on this side. Curve over here for Godzilla's arm to his elbow. Forearm. Bicep. If you guys don't know anatomy, go to my Skillshare. It will teach you anatomy because these are all the same anatomy that it's in humans on these guys' body. But go check that out. You get a free month right now. I'll make the announcement. Well, I don't make announcements anymore about it, but definitely go check out my Skillshare. You'll really learn a lot for free. It's amazing. You'll upgrade your art skill like pretty quickly. And he's just got his hand over here, just kind of like, whoops. He's just super caught off guard. Right, he's got like 3 claws. They have 4 in reality, I forgot, but I can always add one on there. But he's just like caught off guard. He's got one hand over there and then the other hand over here. You know, once his arm is back here and he's just like, what? He is just totally caught off guard. Right, his hand looks like a claw. There you go. Totally caught off guard. Totally caught off guard. Over here, well, not really. Actually, he kind of saw it coming, right? He just hasn't fought a kaiju in a while. out for his body. He's got this big body. And we're gonna draw the spikes on him right now, but draw, let's say, the curvature of his stomach right here. Sometimes you can do that, like the texture on it. Right on. Curve over here, maybe the leg, and maybe the right here, the bottom of the body, you know, of his leg over there. Alrighty, let's go more into kind of the spikes. Obviously, there's gonna be a couple from his head, and they look like little mountains, right? But then they're gonna also, again, you know, you're gonna see them come out the back there. They're gonna round out over here, so they're gonna come kind of right here. But I'll put the biggest ones over here, like right there, and there's one over here. Right, just put a undisclosed amount of, like, you know, mounds there. But a lot of them are gonna kind of overlap because they're pretty close to each other. Curve here, curve here, curve here, curve here, curve here, curve here, curve, curve, curve. I'm drawing these little things here for texture, like, you know, like mountains have like little hills and stuff like that. I mean, obviously it's not actual mountains, but he's not the other Godzilla. Was it like Godzilla? What's that? The biggest one? I forgot. I drew it and I forgot. Godzilla Earth. It's not Godzilla Earth. Godzilla Earth, I think he does have mountains, right? Can't remember. Alrighty. Curve, curve, curve for the stomach area. And what I want to do here with him is just draw like thin details right here, like bags under his eyes, his nasal cavity, and then I want to throw curved lines here underneath for like, well, you could right here you could just draw a network of these thin crosshatch lines to kind of give it the illusion of scales, right? And you can do them pretty quick, I noticed with him. So it's pretty cool how easy you can do it with Godzilla. But in addition to that, I like throwing in these curved little lines for scales. Like curve, 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 you know? Curve right here. Even though they can also have that. You know? Yeah, I love doing that for that reason. If you want to add some darks, you can totally do that. Maybe on the elbow area, things like that. Under the armpit, just kind of get, just think of it like an area where there'd be a lot more dark than not. But let's get back to Kong real quick, because we want to get into Kong's, you know, fur, the whole fur pattern he's got going on. And so, like, let's get into his face real quick. So the fur kind of comes up on like by his cheek, but not quite. Right? So he has this kind of like area over here. A little bit under the mouth here. Under all these thin lines to kind of make it more obvious. More dark around the eye. To kind of maybe more dark around this guy's on Godzilla's eye as well. Just kind of give it, and you know, I could throw like some layers on Godzilla. Everything is literally just kind of like, okay, well, let's go into details now. You know, like as far as like he's got a chest pattern right here, so he's got no fur on his chest. So curve down here, side. And I believe he has like a kind of exposed, what do you call it? Like ab area, something like that, that stomach area. Man, we got abs. right there. Curve underneath. Let's give him a stronger chin here. Let's go to the hand over here. Like when you squeeze something, you have that hand coming out. You got some hair, but it's gonna be on top of the, it's gonna hit toward the, kind of around the knuckle area. And so something else you can do right here is draw thin lines, kind of pointing to the direction of like the fur. As long as it's flowing, right? These can be thinner and they'll work. As long as it's flowing the same direction. And don't overdo it, right? You don't want to draw every strand of hair. It's just gonna busy it up too much and it will kind of, I don't know, it makes it too busy and it just doesn't look right. But doing it like this, where you're just drawing thin here, maybe towards some edges, right? Kind of some wispiness, can totally do the job. And everywhere, the leg over here, bam. So the neck in this area, he's got like an Adam's apple, right? Curve right there. Maybe dark here under the arm. So now let's use the darkness of the line to kind of, we just keep going on this, like the knuckle. Those are to kind of reveal information. So let's go over here and draw a slightly thicker line around both of these guys. Like a slightly thicker line, maybe even not as in unison, but like just individually. Can totally work. Right there, a Kong. Now we're getting into the line art like that I do for like commissions. You know what I do, like when I do these art jobs. I do art jobs for like fantasy art and things like that. And this is a lot closer to that right here. You know, like doing this stuff with the lines and it really making it pop in a certain way, right? And remember, it's not always just the line that does it, obviously. The line accentuates whatever is inside. So let's talk really quick while I'm doing this, because it's kind of boring. Let me talk really fast about how do you get better at drawing, okay? So getting better at drawing is, it can be very hard for some people, but obviously practice, but proper practice. And I teach proper practice on Skillshare. Go check that out. My Skillshare, I've talked about it a few times. Go there. That teaches you proper ways to draw stuff. And the more you practice that, you will find yourself like 10 times better than you ever were, just like in a few months. It's amazing how quickly you can get like better at drawing from, like, I'm talking about like to the beginners right now. From like a total beginner stage, you can get there very quickly. Let me do the face too, because the face is a little bit in front. Some lines here. Okay, that's Kong. And let's do Godzilla real quick. Right here, just kind of doing this slightly thicker line. Again, it's kind of fun to do this part for me, but I understand how boring it is, and I'm like blocking my whole drawing right now. I understand how boring it is for me. If you like these type of drawings, by the way, hit that subscribe and click that bell notification. But what would be more important is to actually, you know, I want to hear your thoughts. Oh, let me put Godzilla's face a little bit bold as well. I want to hear your thoughts, and I want you to share the video if you can. Sharing the video is caring. And yeah, it helps out so much. And that should be about it. I believe that's enough for the bold lines. You can kind of do, well, all right, let's do a couple here. I forgot this area. Right here. You guys are amazing. I want to thank you for watching. and you're amazing, okay? So I want you to really push your ability to draw. I'll see you next time, okay? And we'll talk very soon.
All right, and if you want to keep learning how to draw and keep pushing your skills, go right here to this video on here on this side. That video I put because it's the exact same theme as the video you just saw, and I like it as a bit of a pair. So absolutely go check that out right now, another short video.